Massive trigger warning, just letting you know in advance. This requires a bit of a backstory. Long story short, born in a religious family, had some doubts about my religion, led to me becoming an atheist. And by that time, I didn't believe in entities, ghosts, spirits, or any of these things. I've always loved making art. From my childhood, art and drawing was my way of being creative, and it really helped me with my anxiety and stress from being bullied at school. When I grew up, a bit older, I had an art space for myself. Very small space in a building. I always blasted music and just painted anything that came to mind. I got into character design, and I remember that I was obsessed with the idea of humans having animal parts, and the opposite, Baphomet, was a very weird concept that I was always warned not to mention or search for as a child. I kept reading more about it and what it meant, did some sketches on how and what it would look like if I was one who created it. So I searched for deep meanings, ideas to create my next masterpiece, after having a couple of my art prints sold for a side hobby. I wanted this masterpiece to be the biggest hit I have, and that's where I fucked up. I've read about things called Tulpa, apologies if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly, a being created through focused thought, originating from Tibetan Buddhism, aka magic formation, but now commonly understood in Western subcultures as sentient, imaginary companion formed by intense mental concentration, often seen as a physiological phenomenon rather than paranormal, serving as a support system or independent entity. Boy, was that a fucking mouthful. This description is what I read. I focused on the part where it said it's not paranormal. As someone who was an atheist, I was convinced that there was no such thing as paranormal. I've started drawing and sketching, creating ideas, till I came out with this sketch I wanted, the character. I called him Tulpa. Very creative, I know. Anyways, I wanted to have him not only as a sketch, I wanted him to become my best friend, my companion, the one I rely on when it comes to art, to give me ideas, to give me creativeness, to give me a vision. So I blessed with music and started my first ever mural. I had specific steps, so start working on him day by day. I bought a specific perfume to smell, mixed it with a little bit of paint thinner so it creates a unique smell. Always have to turn my red lights only on, look at the sketch for a while, listen to a specific song on loop. It was All Good Girls Go to Hell by Billie Eilish, and always had to have a cinnamon apple peppermint gum to chew on. Why all that? So he could become so real for me, and because I wasn't believing in any of that stuff, it took me about 4 days to paint it, and the whole time I was talking to it and having a full-on conversation for fun. Of course, it was one-sided at first. Day 1, felt nothing. Day 2, felt nothing. Day 3, this is crazy and so cringe. Day 4, I was completing the eyes. I asked, what will you see when I draw your eyes? Until this day, I am not kidding. The music paused on 1:43, where Billy says, the devil. I stopped, walked to the phone, noted